You know how we're always getting those updates on our phones, right? They promise better performance, stronger security, and all these cool new features. But here's the catch. Every time we update, it's like our system starts slowing down. We add more features, more security, and our device starts to struggle. It's almost like no matter how advanced the hardware, it can only handle so many updates before it becomes overwhelmed and sluggish. This got me thinking about something else. Something we do all the time in life. The constant updates we make to our definitions and understandings of things like autism. We keep broadening the spectrum, adding more and more, but here's the paradox. The more we add, the harder it gets to make sense of it all. Eventually, we might end up with a system that's so bloated, we can't even use it effectively. And it's like we're adding complexity only to realize that we need to upgrade the whole system just to make it work again. So what's the point of all these updates? I started reflecting on this after hearing Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s recent statements about autism and vaccines. He referred to autism as an epidemic and suggested that environmental toxins might be to blame. While the scientific community has largely debunked the link between vaccines and autism, Kennedy's comments reignited debates about the causes of autism and how we define it. This led me to think, perhaps the problem with autism isn't autism itself, but the constant broadening of the spectrum. Let's think of autism as an operating system for a second. Over the years, the definition has expanded to include more and more behaviors, symptoms, and experiences. We've made room for a wider variety of traits, but here's the issue. As we keep stretching the definition, it starts to get messier. Just like a phone or computer that gets slower with every update, the autism spectrum risks becoming too broad. We're not just adding a few features, we're adding so much that we might lose the clarity we need to truly understand it. This is where the analogy really fits. As we try to fit more into the autism spectrum, it becomes harder to define what autism even is anymore. It's like when you add too many apps to your phone and suddenly wonder why it's running so slow. The more we expand, the more we risk losing the very essence of what we're trying to define. Here's the thing. Adding more to something, whether it's technology or our understanding of autism, always comes with a cost. We want progress, right? But as much as we want to update, we can't forget that sometimes we need better hardware to handle those updates. Just like how you can't expect your phone to keep running smoothly if you keep piling on new apps, we can't keep expanding the definition of autism without eventually needing a new framework to manage it. So let's talk about this paradox. The more we expand, the more we risk creating a definition so broad that it loses its original purpose. It's like trying to use an operating system that's been overstuffed with updates. Eventually, you hit a point where you have to upgrade the whole system just to keep it working. And that's the real question. How far do we go with these updates before we need a whole new system to make sense of it? Let's take a quick detour and talk about alcohol as a somatic therapy. Some people use alcohol as a way to cope, whether it's masking their true selves or just dealing with stress. So, here's the big question. Can alcohol be a form of somatic therapy if it's controlled? Can it serve as an outlet that helps people manage their emotions? Think of it like a system update. If controlled, alcohol could potentially serve a therapeutic purpose. But just like we add more features to our systems, we have to be careful, because too much of any outlet, even a controlled one, can have negative effects. It's like constantly adding new features to a system without thinking about the strain it's putting on the hardware. Eventually, things break down. Whether we're talking about technology or autism, the goal is always improving, right? But as we update and evolve, we have to be mindful of the costs. Just like adding too many apps to your phone slows it down, expanding the definition of autism too far might complicate our understanding. In the end, the key is balance, knowing when to update and when to step back, making sure we don't overwhelm the system. After all, if we keep adding, eventually we'll reach a point where we need a complete upgrade to make it all work again.